FBI now reports that it's disrupted a planned New Year's Eve terror attack in Los Angeles. 4 suspects in custody, the FBI identifying them as members of a pro-Palestine extremist group. They're suspected of planning coordinated IED attacks targeting 5 different locations in Los Angeles, but based on the reporting now, that plot has been foiled.
Then you see him walking.
So you put him up, and then anybody in the public that has any info about this individual, we ask that he call our tip line, and we'll also have the numbers in the website.
Anti-Semitism thrives when there are no consequences. So we created consequences, a lot of them. We stepped in. We documented the offenders. We worked with attorneys, lawmakers, and victim families. If you target Jewish students, your actions will not disappear into the darkness. We will shine a light on you that, thanks to Google and SEO, will follow you for the rest of your life. When you look for a job, when you look for a spouse, when you look for a nanny, when you look for anything, our work will always be documented, again thanks to Google and SEO. Online, where anonymous accounts spread violent threats, we traced patterns, elevated evidence, and worked with authorities, leading to arrests from Florida, South Carolina, New York, California, and Texas. And we're not slowing down, sadly. Monitoring campuses, digital networks, activist groups, and public officials, documenting incidents in real time and mobilizing millions of people, of allies that are quietly by our side.
אני דורש מממשלות המערב לעשות את מה שנדרש כדי להילחם באנטישמיות ולתת את הביטחון הדרוש וההבטחה הדרושה לקהילות היהודיות בעולם. וכדאי שיקשיבו לאזהרות שלנו. אני דורש מהם פעולה עכשיו.
I will say, if you go back 10, 12, 15 years ago at the most, the strongest lobby in Washington was the Jewish lobby. It was Israel. That's no longer true. But my father would tell me the most powerful lobby that there is in this country is the Jewish lobby. It's the Israeli lobby.
Anti-Semitism is a shape-shifting conspiracy theory, and what it shifted into today is this Israel-related Jewish hatred, Israel-related violence, and it is lethal.
And here right now, what can we do to help Jewish people feel safer?
First of all, strong language against it. The second thing is strong actions against it. And to be honest, one of the most powerful things that anybody can do, any government, any organization, any group, any company, is adopt what's called the IRA definition of anti-Semitism, the International Holocaust Alliance definition of anti-Semitism. We need to acknowledge this threat is real, this threat is lethal, it's killing people. And
I said, Mike, that we are fighting today the battle that the Maccabees fought for the survival of the Jewish people and the Jewish faith against an enemy that wanted to extinguish us, wipe us out from the face of the earth. But we were also fighting the battle of civilization, because our civilization is based on the Judeo-Christian tradition. And if the Maccabees had failed, there'd be no Judaism, there would be no Judeo-Christian civilization. There would be no Maccabees. There would be no United States, there wouldn't be the civilization of freedom. This is our common battle against the barbarians.
Miriam gave my campaign, indirectly and directly, $250 million. She was number one.
Oh, I met Alan Dershowitz, and he said the legal thing about 4 more years. And I said, Alan, I agree with you. So we can do it.
There was nobody more aggressive than Sheldon. I think I spent more time with him and you, because you usually came up together, but he'd call and say, can I come over, please? I say, Sheldon, I'm president of the United States. It doesn't work that way anymore.
And I said, this is our first Jewish president.
Now he's the first Jewish president to serve two not consecutive presidencies. We thank you for everything.
But I'm committed to ensuring that this isn't a process that stops. I mean, it doesn't stop until we attack anti-Semitism where it occurs. And I think we've shown over the last year, whether it's protecting places of worship, whether it's changing free speech laws and ensuring that hate speech applies to the Jewish community, whether it's banning Nazi symbols and also banning Nazi demonstrations.
The BBC World Service has compiled material on over 160 cases where children have been shot in Gaza and found that in 95 cases, the child was shot in the head or the chest. In most of these cases, the victim was under 12 years old.
You weren't even surprised by this at all. I was watching your tweets almost immediately. You were all over this. This is a false flag. This is absolute bullshit. They are playing us right from the beginning.
Because I guess if you put a jigsaw pieces together, you know what the jigsaw looks like. But those who studied independent media and critical thinkings and don't swallow fake news, we've figured out pretty much why is there wars in this world and why is there terror attacks? And that was an answer I asked many years ago and found the answer. And it all leads back to predominantly 95% of attacks tend to be by Mossad in Israel.
We have to speak out against the kind of language that puts Jews at risk. We have to adopt policies that recognize that fighting anti-Semitism needs to be a priority.
I believe in the state of Israel, a secure Israel. I also believe in an independent Palestinian state. Thank you. Look, I don't know how many people know this. My parents' family are Jewish, and we've got extended family in Israel. We feel this every day.
Right now at the FBI, who is gathered there as part of the investigation. And John, at times we've seen them with actual rakes combing through some of the snow-covered ground there. This is live, watching the FBI combing through, obviously looking for any bit of evidence in a very coordinated effort, John. It appears that they're doing so. I'm sure an expert would be telling us they're doing this in a line as to not miss a thing.
I just want to clarify, you're not Jewish.
I'm not.
You are not from Israel.
No.
Are you a Mossad agent?
That's a great question.
On a personal level, of course, I wish we didn't have to deal with the attacks. She should be out there touring and crushing it on the country music stage, as she always has been. We said it's going to be the loudest when you're over the target. And yeah, it's been the loudest for us in recent history. Because she's doing amazing things and the FBI is doing a great job. And I think the work that we're proud of, literally every single week we have a huge takedown.
So, Lance Corporal Johnson reporting for duty and responding to the appeal from General Sanders for a citizen army and encouraging young people across the country to think of the attractions and advantages of some kind of military training or service.
The Israelis are mad, you mate! Bam! Bomb, brains, blood all over the place. It's all over for you guys. Oh, the last guy said that did happen to him.
Fellas.
Yeah, he's in Iran now. He's 6 foot under. Actually not. Got bam, incinerated instantly.
In terms of that, basically our aircraft team consider our fences their route to Israel.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the time is 21:30 around section 19. We have saving and as you mentioned questions, if you do say like racial hatred. So we post something online that we believe is spreading racial hatred.
Twitter, Facebook, what?
I can't explain too much. It's just to give you the context beforehand. Basically, how it works now is that if you've got stuff you'd like to gather, obviously I'm more than willing to talk through what you're able to take.
What, you're taking me away now?
Yes, so you're under arrest, so you're going to Harrogate, unfortunately.
You're taking me to Harrogate in the middle of the night over a tweet?
I am, unfortunately.
Is this what you signed up the police to do?
This is my role.
Tonight it is all the more important to celebrate this holiday joyfully and publicly. The best place for Hanukkah, I am told, is the window of a house in public sight. This is because the lights of Hanukkah are meant to be shared. Too many Jews do not feel safe to light a Chanukiah in the window. The night around us has indeed grown dark. The old evil is once again rearing its head. There can be no place for the poison of anti-Semitism, especially in Europe. Because let me be very clear. Jewish history is European history. Jewish culture is European culture. And Jewish life must be able to flourish for Europe to flourish fully.
But the two cases that really got us, first of all, there was a false flag attack in London in 1994, where a car bomb exploded outside the Israeli embassy in the centre of London. Yeah. In fact, there'd been an earlier attack against some Jewish interest section in Buenos Aires earlier that year as well. Similar sort of modus operandi, with a car bomb driven and parked outside that exploded. Very minor injuries, that was all. Nobody was killed. So it looked like a sort of fairly technical person had put that together. But what emerged from that, the senior MI5 officer who was in charge of the investigation into it and had seen all the evidence but also all the intelligence, which isn't necessarily admissible in court, that he reckoned that Mossad, the Israeli external intelligence agency, had bombed their own embassy, sort of controlled explosion outside the embassy. And as I said, that was a senior MI5 officer, so the official position of MI5. And he said that they did it for two reasons. One, they were always hassling MI5 for increased security around their embassy and other interests in London. And MI5 kept saying, well, there's no reason to increase the threat assessment. You don't need extra protection. So letting off a controlled explosion outside, of course, they immediately got what they wanted there. Two innocent Palestinians were arrested, charged and convicted of conspiracy to cause that attack. And they were very active in a Palestinian support network in London, political campaigning for the people on the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. And they were gaining some traction in the media. They were getting quite a lot of support. Seeing these people and framing them for an attack and sticking them in prison, the whole network just shattered and hasn't got back on its feet to this day.